Well, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. There's been a lot of progress in our homicide at Stony Point Drive last night. Um, During the night, detectives worked during the night and then all during the day today, and we've identified three suspects who were involved in that shooting. A little bit more information. There was actually a shootout inside the apartment. There were three suspects in the apartment, had a shootout with our victim, Jordan Poirier. Um, During the shootout, one of the suspects was actually struck by gunfire, and in escaping from the apartment, it turns out he had a gunshot wound to the arm, and then he fractured his leg leaving the apartment. So he was in pretty bad shape. Late in the evening, we developed that information, and so we contacted all the local emergencies in like a 5-county area, emergency rooms and hospitals. One of the suspects identified as Latarius DeMont Ashley. Mr. Ashley showed up at CMC Pineville with the injuries we knew he had. He was transferred to CMC Maine in Charlotte, where he's undergoing medical treatment and is still hospitalized. We've been in touch with Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Department, and they're helping us with just keeping an eye on him at that end. We do have murder warrants for Mr. Ashley. Also, during the night and during the day today, we have developed two other suspects that were involved in the shootings, and we have murder warrants on them. The first one is identified as Desmond Lamont Cunningham. He's from Rock Hill. And Keenan Jamal McClinton, and he is from Rock Hill. So all three of these guys are Rock Hill guys, and we are currently looking for them. Their families know we're looking for them. We just ask anybody who has information on their whereabouts to contact York County Crime Stoppers. I've given the number to your news agencies, and also, but they should be considered armed and dangerous. And if anybody actually knows these subjects and spots them on the street, if they could call 911 immediately so we can get them apprehended. At this time, I'll answer any questions.
Considering we heard at the beginning there really wasn't a whole lot from the scene, can you talk about how these three suspects were developed?
Well, as the evening wore on last evening, we had more witnesses that gave us information, and then one or two of the witnesses actually told us of how severely injured one of the suspects was, which led us to contacting medical centers in the area. And then from that, things just evolved.
You mentioned a shootout. What led up to that particular shootout?
We still don't know. That's part of the investigation that's still going on as to what happened.
Have you talked to the guy in the hospital yet?
Detectives did last night, but he was under, of course, he was in a lot of pain, so he was pretty medicated when our guys talked to him.
So he didn't give you the names of the other two guys?
I can't answer that. I don't know that information.
Mark, again, at this point, motive is still,
that's something we're still looking into. We're not sure.
Can we say anything yet about how many times the victim?
I still don't have that information. I do know the suspect was struck once in the arm and then fractured his leg leaving the scene.
Was a weapon found?
We did recover 2 handguns at the scene of the crime last night that were dropped by all parties. And so we're sending them to SLED for processing to try to see who had what weapon.
How long?
And to do ballistics.
How long can that take?
Oh, it can take weeks.
Does Poirier live there by himself? You know?
I still don't know that information. Yeah, that's been a common question today, and I still don't know. I know he had friends drop by. I think he's got a girlfriend. But as far as who lived at the apartment with him, I'm not sure.
Any idea on priors on these suspects or the victim?
I know, all I can say is the suspects, we are familiar with them. I still don't know anything about the victim.
Can we say anything about inside the apartment, if there's any kind of, did it look like there was a fight in there, anything overturned?
No, officers just described a scene where there were bullet holes in the wall, so there were multiple shots fired, some of which missed and struck the wall and ceiling.
Any drugs found inside?
We're still investigating into that.